today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, this is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Jackson running again. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the ground, and the ball is knocked out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, a chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack, and I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one, but occasionally the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly, maybe someone tipped it off, but on that play, it had no chance.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. That is caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Out of the gun. Goff to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal. Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
The kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
First carry now for Justice Hill. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. In motion left, Flowers. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Yeah, he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Another run for Gibbs here. There he goes, left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Goff on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. 5 yards, now it's third and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Gone. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. Deontay Hardy deep for Baltimore. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at the 33-yard line. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Throw caught by Flowers. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Jackson. A slant route caught by Bateman. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Oh, boy, Derrick Henry shaken up after that last play and in some discomfort down there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there, and 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
46, Mike, 46.
Hill Yeah, this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Here we go with Hill. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. But this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the end result was the touchdown run by Justice Hill. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. And Detroit back in possession of the football. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw is Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3. Goff now looks to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Odafe Owe. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 5. Here's Goff. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Ravens are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. On the option right is Jackson. And it's a fumble. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Adafe Owe. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, they got a takeaway on the last drive with an interception. How about this sack as a terrific follow-up? And that keeps pressure on this offense, and it could force them into more rush decisions or another turnover.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. Bates' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Here's Jackson to throw. A short one there, caught by Likely. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He drops this one off underneath here for Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here is 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Mike 46. Mike 46.
Throwing is Jackson. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Out now is a punter, Jordan Stout. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, it was the Alabama man, Jahmyr Gibbs, who had it cooking. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Off the edge and right to the ball that time was Kyle Van Noy.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he is going to have a Lions first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Goff. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Goff.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give him the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And they've got to be thrilled with the situation they've inherited here. Thank you, defense.
Thank you indeed. They set them up in the short field ahead of them, and now they've got a good chance to strike quickly and take the lead.
That stop made by Jack Campbell.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Henry. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well, as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Jackson.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit, because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh sent on the field goal unit. This from 32 yards away. And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10.
Whatever
was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Now it's Goff. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now Goff. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And while the guys with the ball are having a whole lot of fun keeping it on the ground, the guys on the opposite side, they are having 0 fun. They've been getting pushed around the entire game and haven't found an answer yet to slow down the running game.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Again, Jackson will keep it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the 1st.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the option, here's Henry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 106 yards rushing for him now to this point.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
Mike 46. Mike 46.
Second down, they go again with Henry. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
For that last run for a first down, it really should be the last straw for the defense. I don't care how many they've had in the box. They need to add more people.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Jackson, option right. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. From the gun, a run for Hill. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Jackson now. That'll be taken in by Flowers. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10, we're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3? From the gun, it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Off the option, here's Henry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. 2nd down and 8. Jackson, options out left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson going to hold on to it again. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Well, the fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. Meanwhile, Goff's throw taken in here by Patrick. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
This to Laporta, right side. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Goff. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Detroit.
On the give, here's Gibbs. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. The 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
48-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd down and a yard. Hand off now to Gibbs. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
To throw on 2nd down is Goff. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 28. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
1st down.
Now a 1st down throw. Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Ravens' 21-yard line.
From the gun, here's Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit 1st down. And Gibbs has it. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 6-yard line.
Goff now to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Goff.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie.
Bates' kick is good.
And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
They begin the drive with Hill. Stiff-armed him. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now Jackson on 1st down. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
2nd and 14.
Now it's Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the 1st down.
points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
To throw is Jackson.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here's Jackson.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
If they get a game-changing score in this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Here's 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. Able to locate Andrews here on the out route.
And down inside the 15 he goes. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Here's 1st down. Throwing, Jackson.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
45 ticks remain as they come up on a 2nd down.
Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Jackson.
And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Boy, backs up against the wall, Charles, and they come through with a phenomenal drive to take the lead in the final moments.
Championship effort right there. Marching almost the length of the field, coming through on their final opportunity to earn the win. I think they'll remember this one for a long time, and their fans will too.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Goff now to throw. He's going to let it fly.
And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
One last throw here for Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.